Okay. Proper post-game show. We have a proper post-game show. Finally. I don't know why we haven't been doing this all season. Feels like I've been waiting until a couple of days after to do some sort of recap stream. Yeah, we're here. Guys, Denver did it. Denver did it. We are going to the goddamn playoffs, everybody. We are going to the playoffs. I thought that was a sentence we'd get to say last year when we jutted back into the playoff picture. But this year, it's for real. Oh, I forgot to update the records down there. Shit. I forgot to update the records down there. Maybe that's something I can go fix while we don't have anybody. While we don't have anybody in chat, maybe I can go fix that real quick. Oh, shit. I forgot to fix that. And 2. Perfect. Okay. Slight detail missed while we were trying to get everything up. That was a goof. That was a goof by me. That was a goof. There we go. Records updated. So the Broncos went back to the playoff. So the Broncos kicked the actual shit out of the Chiefs' backups. And for the first time in 9 years, since I was 11 years old, the Denver Broncos are going back to the playoffs. I'll be able to tell you more about this game, about what made this season so special for the Broncos and for me. Man, I can't wait to get into this thing. I cannot wait. So welcome to the first real Crushin' It live post-game show, brought to you by my own will, because I've been fighting through being sicker than shit lately. I am so happy that I was able to put this together for the weekend. Yeah, I don't know why it took me until week 18 to get like an official Crushin' It post-game show live. I don't know what took me so damn long to get there, but here we are. And man, what a game it was. Broncos pitch a 38-0 shutout in a do-or-die game against the Chiefs backups. And I feel bad for Bengals fans, and I'm going to be real. The Bengals might have been a more fun team to watch in the playoffs, but the Bengals only won the battle. Denver won the war, and really, in reality, you just kept your hopes up for another week to have them dashed in brutal fashion. That was the Broncos' dismantling of the Chiefs' backups. Again, let me reiterate. Backups. But that's okay. So we'll start with the stats, and then we'll talk about what made this season just so special. So to not just me, but to this team. All right. Stats-wise, Bo Nix, absolutely pristine 152.4 passer rating, goes 26-29, breaks the Broncos' single-game record for completion percentage, goes for 321 yards, 4 touchdowns. Rushing-wise, he was the leader on the team, which isn't ideal. We've done this time and time again. But then you got Jaleel, 16-39, not great. Estime, 12-34, not great. Javonte Williams, 5-28. He was surprisingly the most effective Broncos running back today, which is good to hear. Jarrett Stidham had 2 carries for 7 yards. One of those was a kneel down. The other was an 8-yard scramble to keep the clock moving. And then Michael Burton almost had a touchdown, but he didn't. It should have been, but refs didn't see it that way. Anyways, you've got Courtland Sutton that goes 5 catches, 98 yards and a touchdown. He gets himself over 1,000 for the year. Marvin Mims with 5 catches, 51 yards, long a 32. Devon Vele had 4 catches, 50 yards with a score as well. So that'll round out Nix's 4 touchdowns. Javonte was a good safety valve, 3 catches, 50 yards. Humphrey had a couple of grabs for 26. Adkins, 3 for 25. Franklin, 2 for 12. And then Jaleel had 2 catches, 9 yards, what have you. Nix did not get sacked. He didn't even look at risk of being sacked almost at all during that game. And man, the defense, I really hope this is the pick-me-up they need if they want to win a playoff game, because this was a pick-me-up game that you need to get your confidence back. This is a team with flaws, but it's a team that can make some noise if they can play things right. No one on the Broncos had more than 3 tackles. However, like, everybody on the team had a tackle defensively. Benito goes 3 tackles, 2 sacks. Awesome from him. Surtain with 3 tackles. McMillan and Barton with 3 tackles apiece. Jordan Jackson gets 2 tackles with a sack. Good lord. Stranad gets 2 tackles. Sanders with 2 tackles. Cooper got 2 tackles and a sack. Roach with 2 tackles. Ellis with 2 tackles. And everyone else is just part of the 1 tackle club. JFM gets a sack as well. I hope my boy got his bag on that sack. Benito was getting a bunch of grief about it. He had like a $500,000 bonus if he got X amount of sacks. So hope he got his bag. Michael Burton got a tackle. Probably on special teams. Zach Cunningham, Devon Key, Riley Moss, Andre Tillman, DJ Jones, Zach Allen, Brandon Jones. All the guys you would suspect of getting tackles, they got tackles. Okay? Now these team numbers are going to be wild. The Chiefs did not get 100 yards of offense. Okay? The Chiefs were outgained 98 to 479. The Broncos almost sextupled their first downs 29 to 5. Again, I know these are the backups, but this is still just a wide margin. Time of possession was all out of balance. Broncos had the ball for 41 minutes, 49 seconds. Chiefs had it for 18-11. Just like the Broncos were unstoppable against the backups. 10 for 14 on 3rd down, 2 for 2 on 4th. Like, this was ironically the most complete game we saw. I believe Denver splits the division down the middle. Sorry, still dealing with this whole being sick thing. It's pretty ass. And so with that being said, there is just so much that made this season special for Denver. Like, capping it off with a beating of the Chiefs backups to get yourself into the playoffs. Sure, you know, that is a beautiful way to cap things off. But there was so much more that I feel like went into it, like, feeling as special as it has. Because, I mean, this was a season of growth for Denver. They did a lot of growing pains. They overcame an 0-2 start and were able to vault back to, you got a 2-2, then you got a 3-3, and then you just rattled off this just this like 2 months of really competitive games, besides the Ravens game, of course. But either you're winning or they're competitive games, or it's a game you should have won. Like, Denver should have swept the Chiefs this year. Like, if we're being real here, Denver should have swept the Chiefs. Okay? Of course, you know, nothing can be done about that retroactively. But, like, what made it so special is, like, this team did not back down. This team did not lie down and just roll over and die. It's like last year's team did, kind of. Well, not that last year's team rolled over and died, but they had dug themselves into too deep of a trench that they had no room to wiggle when they inevitably did take another loss. And so this team, you know, despite the adversity, despite coming off of 2 straight losses, this team could have easily folded against the backups here. That's just something I'm going to think about, is the Broncos could have still easily folded against these backups in a game that they had to have, absolutely had to have, and they didn't. They made the best out of what they could. So these losses to the Chargers and the Bengals don't matter as much as they could have, and we're sitting looking back on missed opportunities. Okay? This season, we have seen the Broncos offense really suck and really be really good. Okay? We have seen this defense play rough as of late, but they started the season out strong. And so it's kind of been one side of the ball trying to pick up one another. But the thing that really gets me here with the Broncos is this is likely the worst that we will see them with Bo Nix and Sean Payton. Okay? This is likely the worst that we will see these two ever be. And if that's a playoff berth, then I am so goddamn excited for the future of this team. Am I saying they're going to go on to win 82 Super Bowls? That's hyperbole. But you get what I mean. Am I saying they're going to go to the Super Bowl every year now? No. But what I'm saying is that we finally have a team that can compete. That isn't going to back down from pressure. And for the first time, like, ever, since winning the Super Bowl, I think we can legitimately say that this team is really, truly a couple of pieces away from contending. From legitimately Super Bowl contending. Okay? Because, like I said, this team is still flawed. We have seen that over the past month or so. Is that this team is still very, very flawed. But we're in the playoffs. And that much you can't deny. And that's part of why this season is so damn special, too. It's like you built off of last year. You broke some streaks. Jackson S, sup, man? Let's freaking go. That's what I'm saying, dude. Sorry, I'm still fighting through being sick, man. Still fighting through being sick. Stream did really well, so I was really happy about that. But yeah, man, we're going to the playoffs, and I could not be more excited. This season has been so special for a lot of reasons. I've gone over some of the stuff that I thought earlier, which you might have been watching. If so, hell yeah. If not, that's alright. But man, this season was special for me personally. Thought I'd stop by to celebrate. Hell yeah, man, I appreciate that, dude. I appreciate that so much. It's a celebratory mood around here. But, like, I gotta tell you guys, personally, okay, it's gonna be a big, mushy thank you to whoever this gets out to in the universe. We did so good YouTube-wise on this channel. 38-0 is absurdity. It kind of is, but when you're playing the backups of a team, I didn't think the Chiefs' backups would be so bad, to be honest. I really thought they'd put up a little more of a fight, but they totally didn't. So, okay. So once again, personally, this year on YouTube is the bet. Like, I cannot believe how well we did. And that's another reason why this season is so special to me. Because you break the playoff drought, you break the streak to the Raiders, you prove they're still NFL professionals. And I totally get that, dude. I could not believe that we just kept running up the score. The Chiefs didn't even score 100, or didn't even get 100 yards. I go on, not trying to interrupt. Oh, dude, you're so good. No, this year was ridiculously special for me on YouTube, and I'm gonna hide my chat for a second because I gotta pull up my YouTube Studio to do so. But it's I gotta kill the browser tab. Hang on. Like, just looking at this, it's like we jumped up to 97 subscribers. This isn't even counting what we just got on stream, but it's like I think we're sitting at like 9,600 views in the last month. Like, these streams have been doing awesome. This channel has been doing awesome over the past couple of months, especially as I've started, and it makes me wish I started doing these streams earlier, and I don't know why I didn't. But, like, this has absolutely been my favorite season as a Broncos fan, which is crazy because I watched us win the Super Bowl, but just personally, and for like what feels like my loyalty paying off in another playoff berth at this point. Because again, like we can go look at some of these here, and it's not going to show all the views on everything, but it's like this one did 970. And then some of the ones before, it's like we got 3,000 on the Bengals one. Like, it's incredible. We're up to 97 subs, which we could easily hit 100 before the Broncos get eliminated in the playoffs. It's like, this season has been really special for the Broncos and really, really special for me. And I couldn't be doing any of this without you guys and without the Broncos and everything. So really just like a deep thank you from me. It's just like how everything is shaken out. The Broncos did so much growing this year, and so did I. You know, that like there was growth all around. I am really excited to see how this game in Buffalo goes. I'm not optimistic that we're gonna win the damn thing. I'll keep it a buck. I'm not optimistic that we win the game, okay? But if this team even puts up a fight against Buffalo, I am going to feel really optimistic about that, all right? We'll have a preview stream or an episode of some sort up here in the coming days. But man, it feels really good to be a Broncos fan right now. So once again, huge thank you to everybody. It's kind of a short post-game show. I know. I didn't go over a ton, but this is just where I'm at. All right. It's honestly, it'll be a close game against Buffalo. And I think so too. And really, like, the closer the game is, the better I'm going to feel going into next year, which the fact that we even made the playoffs again is just wild. Like, I am so happy about that. I don't think Denver wins per se. I think it's going to be close, and I think Denver is going to give Buffalo a run for their money for sure. We beat them last year, and I'd argue last year's Buffalo team was better, but Josh Allen is also playing like Jesus Christ right now. I'm going to be real. I'd be surprised if he doesn't win MVP. Maybe it's a two-man MVP race for me between Allen and Saquon. With how Allen and Saquon have been playing, like, if it's not one of those two winning it, throw the award away. Yeah, so I'll be doing a Buffalo preview thing here in the next couple of days. And that being said, like, thank you guys. Just thank you so much for all we've been able to do this NFL season. I can't wait to keep going and to keep pushing forward to do this thing. With that being said, that's gonna be all from me today. Thank you all so much once again, and I will see you in that